So as you can see, roll is a string which is not a number, and hence it has returned false. Let's try one more example. Fine. Now let's try the is.integer function. So as you can see, though the value of k is 7, which is an integer, the function is.integer returns false because 7 will be taken by default as 7.0 by r. Now I have changed the value of k to 7l, hence r will treat it as an integer, and hence the is.integer function returns true. So as I said, the class is an inbuilt function which gives the return type of the value that is passed as argument to it. Since the value of k is an integer, class function has returned integer as the data type of k. Let's move on to the next data type, which is character data type. So character data type includes both characters and strings. So when I say characters, it's individual letters A, B, C, D, or symbols, exclamation mark, ampersand symbol, etc. When we say strings, it's a collection of characters or a combination of characters and numbers, characters and symbols, characters, symbols, and numbers, etc. So as all of us know, characters are case sensitive. What do we mean by case sensitive? Uppercase and lowercase. So in the example shown on the screen, you can see that all the three cases have the same word data, but all of them are not the same, because in the first case, all of the letters of the word data are in caps. In the second case, D alone is in caps. And in the third case, all letters of the word data are in small case. All three are different. Now let's see the various functions that are related to the character data type. The first one is nchar function. So as the name suggests, here n stands for number of. So nchar function returns the number of characters or the count of characters, or otherwise known as length of a string that is passed as argument to it. In the example, we can see that Chennai is the string given to a variable x, and nchar function returns the number of letters in the string Chennai. Its length is 7. So similar to is.numeric of and is.integer of, we have is.character of function. Since Chennai belongs to character data type, is.character of x returns true. Now we can try executing these in RStudio. So you can see the same output that you saw in the PPT. Can we try some other example? So I have given a numeric value as the argument to is dot character function, and hence it has returned false. Now let's move on to the next data type, which is date and POSIX CT. As all of you know, date stores a date, that is, say example, today's date, which is 5th February 2021. POSIX CT stores the date as well as time. So today's date is 5th February 2021 and time is 2:35. So that is the difference between date and POSIX CT. So you can see the example written on the PPT. My dates variable is assigned a value 2007, that is YYYY year, 06 DD date, sorry, month, and 22, that is date, year, month, and date. So it returns the date. So class, which is an inbuilt function, obviously returns date as the output for my dates. So the example for POSIX CT is the date and time. So as you can see, both the date and time are returned. Now we will try executing this in R Studio. As you can see on the screen, we are getting the same output that we got in the PPT. Now let's execute the POSIX CT part. So even in the case of POSIX CT, we are getting the same output as seen on the PPT. As you can see, when we use the class function, it returns POSIX CT as the output for my dates one. Let's try one more example other than the one on the PPT. So I have displayed today's date. I have displayed today's date and current time. So
Sir,
we have,
one
yeah,
doubt,
yeah,
sir.
yes.
Sir, why we write first year, month, and date? Uh, we can would we will write date, month, year.
So the function accepts the input only in this format. So how did you want it?
Uh, Date, month, and year, sir.
We will try it.
Okay, sir.
You can see the output, right? So
Yes, sir.
it's taking it in a different way. So by default, that function has been designed to take input only in one particular format: year,
Okay.
month, and day. But it's good that you asked this question, because we were able to execute it and practically visualize it and confirm that
Okay.
the the format that is given earlier is correct. So that was a good question, Seema.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. So we have discussed all the four data types. Now we will move on to the next topic: expressions. So expressions is something that you all will be aware of. An expression is nothing but a collection of operators and operands. So as you can see the example on the screen, 33, 60, and 10 are operands and plus and minus are operators. The result of this expression is 83. As far as expressions are concerned, they are evaluated based on BODMAS rule. So let's see what is BODMAS rule. B stands for brackets, O stands for power or order, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. So this is the order in which expressions will be evaluated. Let's try executing this in RStudio. So we have got the same output that we saw in the PPT. Can anyone tell me which part of the expression will get executed first? 33 plus 60 or 60 minus 10?
33 plus 60, sir.
Correct, Seema. Very good. Because
Thank you.
according to
Thank
the,
you.
yeah, you're welcome. Because according to the BODMAS rule, addition comes first and then subtraction. Hence, as Seema said, 33 plus 60, 93 will get executed first, and then 93 minus 10 equal to 83 will get executed.
Sir, any other example, sir?
Yeah, we can try any other example. You can tell me.
Sir, division and multiplication.
Sure.
Okay, sir.
So here you can see that first division will get executed according to BODMAS rule, and then subtraction. So 50 by 10, 5 minus 5, which is 0. If it happens the other way around, 10 minus 5 is 5 and 50 by 5 is 10, which is wrong. So I hope this example helps you understand this concept better. Are you satisfied?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Thanos. We will move on to the next concept, which is variables. Before I start with the next concept, it is interesting to see students actively participating. So Seema and Thanos are participating. So I would be happy if others too participate, because being a solo person handling a 3-hour session is bit difficult. So if you people too can get involved, the session will be much more interesting and it will be easier for me too. Okay, let's discuss variables. So as all of you know, variables are used to store values. In the example shown on the screen, we are calculating simple interest. All those which are written on the left are the variables which take the values that are given on the right. So principal is a variable which takes 10,000 as input. Years is a variable which stores 3. Interest rate is a variable which stores 10. And then simple interest is a variable which stores the output of PNR by 100. That is principal into number of years into rate of interest by 100. So now let's see what is remove command. So in order to make use of the computer's memory efficiently, remove command is used. It cleans the memory frequently. So we can manually use this command to clean or free memory whenever we think we don't need some data. So in this example, after calculating simple interest, we don't need the variables related to simple interest. So we can remove them. So we can remove all the variables in a single shot. You need not remove them one by one. So we will try executing this after seeing the rest in R Studio. So the same example I have written in such a way that we receive input from the keyboard, that is dynamics, that is giving dynamic inputs. So I have used the equal to sign in the example shown. We can also use arrow mark sign, that is less than symbol followed by hyphen. You can see that used in this example. So both mean the same. In R, in fact, it's the arrow mark sign less than an hyphen which is most commonly used. So as I said earlier, you have to select a particular statement and press run or control enter to execute a particular statement. While receiving input, if you press enter key once after giving input, then R will understand that you are going to give more inputs. If you press the enter key twice, it will understand that you have completed giving the necessary inputs. So a variable can hold any data type. We have seen numeric data, character data, logical data, and date. One more thing is our object, that is the result or output of a function. Say a function which returns an analysis or plot a graph as output. Even that can be stored in a variable. We will try executing these examples in RStudio. So I will tell you how to clear the screen. If you press Ctrl plus L, the data in the area of console will get cleared. Also, you can press on the sweep symbol that will be available when data is there. You can see that it says clear console. At the top, you can select the entire content